welcome to the very first Coffee and Create, which is a new series where I drink coffee as I work on some sort of new project. And this coffee cup, as well as my shirt, is related to today's video. So for today's video, I'm going to be doing the welcome page in the sketchbook. Now, I'm the kind of person, when it comes to sketchbooks, I can never finish them, because if I make one piece that I don't like, I act like it has tainted the entire sketchbook, and then I never use it ever again, which is what actually happened with this sketchbook. But I covered up what I didn't like with some paper, and I decided I'm going to use it as my new sketchbook, because I need to draw on a sketchbook more, because I want to practice some more. This is the only thing that was left of, or the only drawing that survived the cover up, because it was the only one that I kind of liked. So I'm going to be doing the very first page, like I said, the welcome page, and let's get started. Alright, so to start out the drawing, I was sketching out the Spider-Man Amazing Fantasy cover, which was the first ever introduction of Spider-Man in Marvel Comics. So I am recreating that iconic cover to include me and as a welcome page to introduce my sketchbook. So right here, I'm using a pink coal erase pencil to sketch everything out, which I absolutely love because it's great because it's such a light color, so it's easy to build up stuff like marker over it, also without like the color underneath like muddling up like the marker ink and stuff like that. Alright, so I decided to make my welcome page a Spider-Man comic book cover because it is something I have done in previous sketchbooks. I like the idea of doing that just because I think it is a fun and interesting way to have a welcome page. I like the idea of having a welcome page to your sketchbook because I just think it's fun and cute if you would have let somebody look through your sketchbook. I really enjoy drawing with Waffles and how she creates a new character for each sketchbook who is kind of like the mascot, and she draws like a welcome page with that character. So I kind of wanted to do my own little spin on that idea. And instead of creating a character, I decided to take an already well-known character and incorporate myself into their universe. So I actually had played around with doing different characters as the comic book covers, and this is actually my third time refilming this video because the first two I was really unhappy with. The very first one was Spider-Man, but I totally screwed up the coloring and it looked horrendous, so immediately scrapped it. The second one I liked a bit more. It was a bit messier and it actually wasn't Spider-Man. Instead of doing a Marvel character, I did a DC character, and the original drawing was me like sitting inside of a coffee shop and I'm looking out the window and I see Signal or Duke kicking bad guy's butt. But again, I wasn't really digging it. I eventually decided, instead of creating my own comic cover, because, for the first two times, like I said, I wasn't really digging it and they weren't coming out the way that I liked, I decided to take an already existing comic book cover and insert myself in it. Now, I had actually already done a similar version of this drawing, or of this comic book cover with me inserted in it. I'll include a picture of it right now. I did it digitally, and I did it when there was that trend going around of drawing yourself in different universes with like the background song being Duran Duran's Girls on Film. And I decided that I could take that idea and incorporate it into the sketchbook. Alright, so now that I finished up the sketch, we're now onto the hard part, which is inking the drawing, which is where I usually mess up. I did a little time lapse of me doing all of the words and stuff and then the buildings, which I'll mention this in the outro of the video, but I really should have used a ruler as I was doing the building, so the lines could be all nice and straight. However, I absolutely hate using rulers when I draw. I think it started because in my freshman and sophomore year of high school, every single thing that we made, we had to have a border around it. And just for whatever reason, just doing that for every project made me hate using a ruler. And now that I've finished doing the words and stuff, I have moved on to show you guys me inking my face. I didn't show any of the Spider-Man, or at least half Spider-Man that has been inked so far. Now, the inking of my face is where I really messed up and am the least happiest with in this drawing. You know, even more so than the not very straight buildings. I totally forgot like how I should place my hair when it came to like the little strands that are hanging down and how they would interact with my glasses. Totally didn't think about that until as I was already inking, and then I kind of had a bit of a moment of like, oh shoot. So just kind of had to draw it in there and hope for the best. I also like totally messed up my hands, which they're looking a little funky, but then again, you know, hands are such a difficult thing to draw, and you know, I really shouldn't expect myself being the best of hand drawers because I can't do it to save my life. So now I'm just going to continue inking myself, and I just had the idea of another cool like welcome page to this would be like my own kind of like spider Sona, like that as a comic book cover, which that'd be really cool. I've actually never drawn myself as like a Spider-Man character or like my own version, maybe because I know that if I was in that situation of me suddenly gaining powers from a radioactive spider, I would definitely not be as cool as like Peter Parker, Miles Morales, Cindy Moon, or any of the other spider characters, or Spider-Man, Spider-Woman, spider characters, because I'm not that cool of a person, honestly. I don't know. I don't even know like what my theme would be. Who knows, maybe I could do like an artsy type of theme and incorporate with this, you know, spider characters. Who knows? Or one thing that would be really fun is to draw or like create my own suit and stuff. And then I like how like Miles, he would layer it with like his suit with like the sneakers and like the jacket and stuff like that. That would be really fun. I love that style. That should be a drawing I should do sometimes at some point in the sketchbook, is like the different like spider characters wearing like regular clothes on, or like civilian clothes over their spider suits. I think that would be a lot of fun. Alright, so now I'm inking up my very wonky hand before flipping it over just so I can get it all messed up. My fingers are spread like really far apart and they would definitely not look like that. But you know, what can I do? Like I said, I can't draw hands to save my life. Right now I'm on to inking Spider-Man again, doing his thighs right now, and then the rest of his leg or his other leg. You know, like I said, this is the part where you can really mess up a drawing, and I've already done that. But I swear, this time, I'm not going to redo it. Already done this 2 other times. I'm not going to do it again, or, well, technically I did do it again for a 3rd time, but I'm not going to do it for a 4th time. I swear. I'm not in the mood to go through this all over again. And if there's anything I want to fix, I can just try going back in with some marker or maybe paint. Who knows? I don't know. But right now I'm drawing some really sloppy laces on my shoes before fixing up my leg. Now I have colored in some more of Spider-Man, getting in like those nice shadows and stuff on a suit before doing the little lines. Also, I apologize for my hair that is coming into frame. I did not realize that until now, and I can't really edit it out, but it's just my bangs, I guess, from how I was leaning forward so much as I was doing this, because I was trying to get all those little web designs on without them looking super sloppy. Right, so that's what I did for the rest of this little clip, is all of Spider-Man's suit. Had to get, like I said, all of the web design in because it's not Spider-Man if it doesn't have that on. And since this entire video is about Spider-Man, did you all see that it's going to be on Disney Plus soon? Not the most recent Spider-Man movie, like the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies. I don't think Far From Home or No Way Home will be on there, but all of the other ones, so the Sam Raimi one and Andrew Garfield ones, and then the very first Tom Holland one, so Homecoming, will be on Disney Plus, and I think it'd be a lot of fun to watch all of them. So that is something I can do. And I think by the time they'll be out on Disney Plus, I won't have any classes anymore. I will have graduated, I will have graduated from the local community college that I go to. And that means I'll have a lot more free time to work on things like this and make more plushies and paintings and all that good stuff. I'm really excited that school's almost over soon. I'm ready for that break. It's just been really stressful and stuff like that. As of right now, as of me doing this little voiceover, I only have about 3 more things that I need to get done, 4 more things, and most of them have been exams. I've already completed 2 exams. One was not my forte, but biology is not my specialty, and I struggled a lot with that class. Thankfully, I passed it with a B, so can't be too mad about that. And then the other one was for my business class. I already did that exam. Was definitely the easiest exam I've ever taken in my entire life, which I was very happy about because, it helped with my grade, or it helped boost my grade up even more since it was that easy, which was due to the part that it was an open notebook, or not open notebook, it was an open note exam. So that was really great. And I only have, I think, 2 more exams to get done, a quiz and like a discussion board post, and that's it. So I am excited to finish all of that up. I am working, like my last day of classes is May 5th. The moment I am recording this voiceover is April 26th, but I want to try to get everything done before like the beginning of next week, just so that I can just have all of it done. I don't have to worry about, all of that schoolwork anymore. And then I can have a nice, relaxing summer break. And I say nice, relaxing summer break as if I'm not going to stress over like everything that I need to do, like making stuff for Tangier, getting stuff done for like my shop and that craft show, even though that's on May 13th. But, still, once school is out, I'm going to be working on that until that happens, which I don't know if I don't think I mentioned it yet, but I was accepted to do a little craft show at the local fairgrounds, which I am very excited about because, like I said in the Redbud Festival video, or like the second studio vlog where I worked on stuff for the Redbud Festival, I had a lot of fun doing it, and it was such an amazing time. So I'm happy that I get to do another thing like that so soon. Anyways, like I said, it's probably not going to be a very relaxing summer because, like I said, stress over all that other stuff, and then I need to figure out what I want to do for school. I think I've said before, I'm not going for the fall semester. I want to start in the spring semester, and I don't know what I want to do. I keep going back to art, but I don't know if I'm good enough. I feel like I'm not good enough, but like at the same time, it's something that I am good at, if that makes sense. But I don't know what to do. And if I do choose to do art, I need to work on a portfolio. I need some better pieces that I could use to really show off my skills and that I am, a pretty decent artist. But that's something I'm just going to have to work on. And it's a lot to think about, and it's a lot to stress about and worry about, but gotta get it done. All right, so in the middle of that little spiel, the video or the clips have moved on to me coloring the sketch or the drawing now, which again is another part where you can really mess up, and is what happened the very first time I tried filming this video. Thankfully, since I'm not doing like super blendy colors with these markers, I think that's something that kind of saved me because I'm not the best when it comes to doing blending with alcohol markers yet. By the way, these are Ohuhu markers which I'm using, and also like a random Copic and a random like Prismacolor alcohol marker. I really enjoy using these Ohuhu markers. I think they work really well, and they're a great option for, Copic markers, because Copic markers are just so expensive, And I don't know if you can really get them anywhere now, or I haven't really seen them anywhere. So I recommend Uhu markers. I ordered some, like just like this morning or yesterday, I ordered some of their paint markers because you could get a set of them for like a pretty decent price compared to like Posca and stuff. And I've been wanting some good paint markers because I think it'd be really nice to do like little details on paintings and stuff, especially paintings which include writing, because I struggle with writing out stuff on while using a paintbrush just because it's more difficult for me to control. So I think that would be a great thing to have. Yeah, so I am really excited to try out those paint markers, and maybe I'll make a video of me testing them out. Who knows? Like I said, they'd be great for doing little detail work, especially like they would have been nice to have when I was making those little clay figures, just to get like the faces and stuff, the little figurines a bit cleaner. But if I have them, or once I get them and they're good, then I'll be able to use them from now on. I'd also like to use them because I want to do like little paintings on like playing cards, just maybe make them look like little trading cards or something like that. That could be kind of fun. But I thought they would be a bit easier for doing, like I said, detailed work on stuff that is also a bit on the smaller side, or in paintings that are on the smaller side. Anyways, still coloring everything in. Right now I am coloring in the blue of Spider-Man's suit, which this blue was like the closest blue I had to the original comic book cover artwork. So I had to work with it, but I still think it's a nice color. Anyways, since this whole video is centered around me drawing Spider-Man, who is your all's favorite Marvel superhero? Mine is Spider-Man. I know. Very original. Very, interesting. But Spider-Man is such a lovable character. Like, even if he's not your favorite, I feel like he's a character that you have to like. And I don't care if it's a basic answer. Also, who is your guys' favorite DC superhero or vigilante or just character in general? I guess it doesn't have to be, a superhero or whatever. It's more difficult for me to choose a DC favorite. I have a lot. I really like Nightwing, and I also really like Red Hood. I don't know. I love Jason Todd. But right now I'm coloring the skin, or my skin, on the drawing. This was the closest color, or this Copic marker was the closest I had to a skin color, or a skin color that would match me, even though I feel it's a bit too orangey. I don't know, I'm pretty pale. It's a bit like too dark and too orangey. But who knows, maybe it is a bit close enough. And this was me deciding or trying to figure out what color to do my shirt before deciding to do green, just because I thought green would look nice with all the other colors that were going on. I just thought it looked good with the blue, red, and the yellow of the drawing. Anyways, this green is actually a color that I probably wouldn't wear in real life. But like I said, I thought it looked good with all the other colors on the drawing, so that's why I went with it. Sometimes you have to make some sacrifices if, it makes the piece look good. Now, I have already colored in the background as well as the buildings of the drawing. I made the buildings just a very pale gray, and then the background is more of like a light bluish gray, just because it was really similar to the background of the original comic book cover. And then I am coloring in using like a maroon colored marker. I'm coloring in like the little top, I guess you could call it like a banner of the original cover art. So I need to carefully go around all of the letters and stuff, and I had to be especially careful because there is a little like behind each character. It's kind of difficult to see. You can see it on some of them. There's a very light blue color behind each one, and I had to make sure not to get it covered up with the dark maroon marker. Alright, and now it is time for the finishing touches, and the piece is done. Alright. Alright, so the drawing is all done. I really should have used a ruler for the buildings and stuff. But like I said, I hate using rulers, and I probably should have done it for the letters too, because especially so they line up better. But you know what? It's okay. This is just a page in the sketchbook, even though it's the first one, and there's nothing wrong with making art that's not perfect. I do it all the time. But anyways, I'm pretty happy with how it came out. I like that I added a little detail in my little bat tattoo. Now I look a little rough, especially like the face. I kind of messed up part of it, but can't really do anything about that. But it's all done. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Thank you so much for coming along with me as I draw this page in the sketchbook. And like, comment, and subscribe. And I hope you all have a great day. Bye!